You're listening to Him and Her Sports Talk.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am that girl Olivia with my co-host
Reese, baby.
And this is Him and Her Sports Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Obviously, it is about the NBA Finals. Let's recap Game 1 and Game 2. What you thinking, babes?
Well, let's start with Game 1. Pretty much, I would say it was just like the role players. The role players came in and did what they had to do. I mean, you look at Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard really didn't play that good the first game. He shot a low percentage, and
what is it, 35%?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
How many points did he have?
He had 23 points, 8 rebounds. He shot at about 35%. He was like the quiet guy. I don't know. We almost forgot about even talking about him just because it wasn't the superstar that, most people are used to seeing.
Yeah, and that goes to the defense of Golden State. They played good defense, and the guy who did actually had a good game was Siakam. Siakam had 32 points and pretty much almost shot perfect from the field.
I mean, Siakam did. I mean, he basically shut Draymond Green down. Draymond Green, I mean, he did have a good game, but he could have had a better game. He was, 10 points, he had 6 turnovers, which is not good at all. There was a lot going on right there. He had 10 rebounds and he had 10 assists. The assists are always great, but yeah, Siakam definitely did shut down Draymond Green on that first game.
Yeah, and that's how you got to look at it. You pretty much have to hold your man, and Siakam definitely played better than Draymond Green.
He did. And then, another player that actually played really good, which was nice to see, was Gasol. I really, really, really did enjoy playing it, even though I felt like he was pushing my Curry all around down there. We needed Cousins to come in and step up. But Gasol had a very, very good game on Game 1. He had 20 points, 7 rebounds. He shot 50% at the three-point line. Like, he was doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, and if you go back to just the format of hold your own man, DeMarcus Cousins didn't put up those numbers. Game 1, he didn't put up those numbers. He had a poor stat line.
Yeah, his line was kind of, I don't know, but that's because you have to, you do have to understand that he has been out for 14 games, babes. Like, he hasn't been there. This is his first game back since he was hurt. So we could give him that little bit of wiggle room because Game 2 he came back and crushed it. So, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Most definitely. But it's about producing. I love DeMarcus Cousins, but he didn't produce the first game.
He didn't. I mean, the Warriors did play a good game, but they could have played way better on that first game. I mean, they did have a break. They was at home with these crazy, I mean, they wasn't at home, but they was at Toronto's home with these crazy fans. And I'm not even going to touch on Drake because, it is what it is.
Yeah, and Drake is pretty much obsessed with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, he has a tattoo of Steph and a tattoo of Durant on him. But going back to Steph had an MVP game 1. I mean, I'm not going to pull up his stats of what he had, but he pretty much held it down for Golden State Game 1.
Well, he always holds it down. Steph is a team leader. He knows how to pull his team together. There was a lot going on. They did just get back. But he held his head up high, and he played the game all the way to the very end, regardless of the fact. So, yeah, the Warriors, we gave that one to them.
Nah, they ain't give him nothing. They took it. They took it. You can't say they gave him nothing. Quit it. You even laughing at that. Stop it. You know that's funny.
Anywho, let's talk about Game 2. What you thinking about Game 2? Talk to me.
Again, I would say it was the role players that did it in. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, he played a little bit better, but he still didn't have a good shooting percentage.
No.
What did he shoot that game?
34 points, 14 rebounds. I think he was at 40%, which was still not the best.
And Steph and Clay had a better game.
Yeah, I mean, Steph had 23 points, Clay had 25, and he went out at the fourth quarter because of him pulling the hamstring, and he still got them 25. But what was most important, what was so awesome about the Warriors on this game too, is that 34 out of their 38 points was assists. That's when you know a team is coming together. Like, man, that's when you know that this is a dynasty, baby.
Oh, wow. Quit it. You can't talk dynasty until they win. But let's really step into what you just said about the assists. On every shot in the second half, they were assisted, and I gotta put that on DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, the center, was kind of like a point forward. I mean, you can look at his stat line. You say 11 points.
He had 6 assists.
6 assists, 10 rebounds. I mean, you would say, okay, that's okay, but it was so meaningful. I mean, just the work that he did. I mean, this is a star center. He played a role.
He is one of the greatest. He's actually probably the greatest center in the NBA since what, Kareem?
I wouldn't take it that far. I mean, you got to look. We had Shaq and come on, you can't put. You
25.
Can't put,
what was it? What was the stats? 25.
You can't.
1. No,
come on. Hold on, sweetie. I love you and I respect your opinion, but you're a little biased right now. Okay, don't say he's better than Shaq and everybody else. He's good. Okay, but again, like I said, it goes back to the role players. I mean, look at what they did game 2. I mean, you got to look at
Even Bogut came out and
Bogut
showed up. I mean, he showed up. It was like he woke up.
I thought my man was dead. And he came off the bench catching lobs, and man, he didn't put up a lot of points, but those were key points.
I mean, 3 out of 9 he did make, with his field goals.
Yeah, but those were key field goals.
Yeah, they were. I'm not even gonna lie.
And the same thing with Iguodala. Iguodala played great defense, and as the game went on towards the end in the fourth quarter, I mean, they were struggling to get points. Both teams really struggled to get points. And when it came down to it, Iguodala hit that shot, and he showed why he was the Finals MVP the first time they won. You cannot try to stop a champion, and that's pretty much what he did. He put the dagger in the game.
Yeah, I mean the Warriors' free throw percentage for game 2 was 87%. They had 34 assists, 7 steals, 5 blocks. I mean, they did have 16 turnovers, but the Raptors had 15 turnovers, so it wasn't really that big of a difference. The Raptors was at 88% of their free throws, so they was maybe a little bit higher. But at the end of the day, the Warriors came, they showed up, they showed out, and they played the game. They got it done. They played as a team. Everybody played their roles. They took what Steve said to heart, and they became versatile, and they played the game for real. Like, they took Steve's philosophy, and they turned it into real life, which was amazing.
Yeah, and pretty much what I like, they wasn't winning the whole game. They actually came back and took over. So, I mean, you got to give it to them on the road. I always had that philosophy. It's not a series in 2. The road team wins on a home team's court, and pretty much we got a series, so it's 1-1.
It's 1-1. So now we're just gonna look forward to what's gonna happen on Game 3, right? I mean, what is your prediction?
We can't talk about Game 3 until we talk about Drake. I mean, I know we stick to the sports, and we stick to the script, and we stick to what's really going on. But what did you feel about Drake, honestly?
Honestly, I think that Drake was out of line. Drake, too, I know that they're basketball players, so they're athletes. And Drake is an artist. But at the end of the day, they all have fans. And Drake would hate to be disrespected by his fans. I think that he went overboard with it. I think even when he wasn't supposed to talk, he showed up, with Dale's jersey on. And it was silent, but it was deadly. And it was like the statements that he was making was ridiculous. I personally am not that big of a Drake fan anymore, just because I think that he overdid it. And that's why the radio stations in Oakland didn't want to play his music.
So you love all that singing stuff. Quit playing. So you're not a fan but pretty much I feel like pressure busts pipes. And fans, that's what fans do. Fans come in, they're overly emotional, they want their team to win, they get all excited, and they kind of think they're on the court. And you got to look at, he always been a bandwagon guy. He loves every good team. I mean, pretty much, baby, think he has a tattoo of Durant and Curry on his arm. So
yeah, that's why Durant and Klay Thompson shut him down on the second game, right when they was walking out, right there through the little alleyway. They had to look at him and tell him, You ain't saying nothing now, is you?
Yeah, pretty much that's what it is. The players playing the fans, they got pom-poms. So, shouts out to my man Drake. He representing for his team. Just like if you was in the stands, you'd be talking crazy too.
No, I'm not shouting out Drake.
Ha ha ha. So who you got for game 3?
Really?
Yes, who do you have for game 3? Toronto, right?
Obviously not. I'm a Warriors fan. I'm a die-hard Warriors fan till the day I die.
But realistically,
I got the Warriors, for real, all day.
Steph got the flu.
Steph will be better. He said that it was just a little thing. He don't know why he was feeling that way. But he'll be okay because Steph is a leader.
Okay. Alicia give him a hot toddy or something like that. Some soup. Yeah, I think he'll be ready too. What about Clay? Clay is definitely injured. He has a hamstring.
He has a hamstring, but Clay is a soldier. He's a warrior. Broken ankles and all, he'll still climb Mount Everest. And I believe that Klay Thompson is going to be okay. He's going to get what he needs to get. He's going to get his little massages. They're going to ice him up, and he's going to be good to go.
Most definitely. But one thing that you do have, you have Kevin Durant's return.
Well, if he returns. I think that by us winning this game, now that it's 1-on-1, we basically bought Kevin Durant some time so that he can get 100% better. So it will not be devastating if Kevin Durant does not play this game 3. Of course, we want him to play game 3, but by us winning, now we bought him some time.
Most definitely. But he's a warrior. You got to give it to him. He's like the second best player in the NBA, and to get that type of addition and that type of player, I think it gives him a boost going into game 3. Actually, they like I said, they stole the game. They stole the game from Toronto, and yeah, most definitely, I think that's gonna help him.
I think it's gonna help him too. Look, we got Cousins. Cousins is definitely playing way better now. By game 3, Cousins is gonna be on top of his game. Klay Thompson is gonna get his hamstring taken care of. Kevin Durant, he may come back. Steph Curry, obviously, he's going to be there. He's going to win. He's going to do what he's got to do to make this all work. Draymond Green is really stepping up to the plate, making it happen. And even Iguodala is stepping up and making things happen. He even said that he wants to make sure that he supports Steph's legend. They're not going to let him down as a team. They're a full team.
Yeah, that's a soldier there. Somebody who really just selfless and say, well, I'm going for your legacy. And this is LeBron's era, and pretty much Steph came through and made it his era. And if he wins this finals, then
well, I don't think there's an if. I truly do believe that we are gonna win the finals. Yay, Warriors!
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But I love this series, and pretty much you have a fight, and that's all you can ask for. Because some of the last NBA finals, they haven't been that great. And then to me, it's like 2 heavyweight champions, going at it.
Right. So I'm excited. This is game 3 coming up. Look out for it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure we do post a poll on our Facebook page. It's Him&Her Sports Talk. So go to our poll, vote, because if you vote, if you participate in the poll, if you like our page, you will be entered into a drawing, and somebody will win a gift card, and we will send it to you. So participate. Tell people about our Facebook page. We just started a YouTube page as well. We are also on Spreaker, so take some time, go visit us, like us, love us, Google us, and let us know what you want to hear about. I know that the basketball season is everything to us right now, but there's definitely a lot of other sports out there that we would love to touch on, like the WNBA. Go Sparks! Anywho, I am that girl Olivia with my co-host
Reese, baby.
and we out.
Deuces.